afternoon, Cedarfield family. Michael Shaw here on December 21st at 3 o'clock. Those of you that are in independent living, in Sunshine Plaza, assisted living, and the health center that are watching here at 3 o'clock, thank you for tuning in. And those team members, Pinnacle Advantage members, and residents or families tuning in tonight, thank you for taking time out of your precious schedule, especially here in the beginning of a holiday week, to hear some information about Cedarfield. Today the format is very simple. I have an update on 6 fronts. One, just to talk a little bit about the dashboard here in Virginia. Secondly, to talk about the dashboard here at Cedarfield. Talk a little bit about PPE and testing, just to give people an assurance of that. And then talk a little bit about the COVID-19 vaccination education and vaccination rollout. And then 6th item on the list is just to answer questions from residents. So I'll go down the agenda list here. If anybody has a question, please feel free to text that question. Renee is off to my left, your right, ready to jot down any question that comes across the phone. For those residents, team members, or families that are listening that have frequently asked questions that they would like us to address over these live chats on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if you aren't able to get us a text, you can certainly feel free to call down to the administration suite at any time and ask us to review questions so we can gather questions that way. Current situation in Virginia related to COVID-19. Since our update on Friday, the Commonwealth is at 11.3 7-day positivity rate. That is up 0.3 percentage point from Friday. Central Virginia is up a full point. We are now at 14.5 7-day positivity rate compared to 13.3 on Friday. Henrico County 7-day positivity rate actually went down to 8.7 from 9.2. Richmond also went down to 6.7 from a 7.4, and Chesterfield remained the same at a 10.6. So that's the 7-day positivity rates here locally or throughout the state. Kind of a little bit of a mix between increases and decreases and what have you. Here at Cedarfield, our dashboard is completely green across the whole campus. The health center, our 3 neighborhoods in the health center, our assisted living community, our neighborhood on the 3rd floor, Sunshine Plaza or our memory support area, and independent living in the main building, the apartments, and independent living in the cottages. The whole campus is green right now when you talk about residents and team members. We had 1 team member who cycled off yesterday and returned to work. So that is just great news. A little bit about personal protective equipment. Again, this is just a commercial break here to let everybody know that we do have a very healthy number of inventory levels of PPE. When you refer to PPE, I have the list right in front of me here. We have N95 masks, small, medium, and larges. We have KN95 masks. We have surgical masks, disposable gowns. We have plenty of disposable gowns, shoe covers, face shields, for the nurses that are there directly delivering care to COVID-19 infected residents. We have disposable goggles. We have head covers, gloves. We have more gloves than, especially medium gloves. We have a very healthy inventory of gloves and disinfectant supplies. We can talk about hand sanitizing bottles, 16-ounce bottles, disinfectant wipes for nurses to use in and around their medication carts, alcohol wipe containers, and other medical supplies, thermometer probes. In other thermometers, we have pulse oximeters on. We have a healthy inventory there as well. Stocked isolation carts, stethoscopes, and then of course the COVID-19 tests. That's just a real quick rundown of what is in the categories that are in the inventory, and I just wanted to give residents, families, and team members an assurance that Cedarfield has a very healthy number to take us through a couple of different outbreaks that may happen. So, and then additionally, speaking again of the COVID-19 tests, when you're talking about the BD ventilator test, Vertner test, the Bionex Now cards, we have and then to complement the 2 tests and equipment that we have here at Cedarfield, we have a contract with Jeanette Works just down the street. And so between the PPE and all of the testing supplies and testing equipment, we really are equipped here to fight an outbreak if we have one here in the future. A little bit about the vaccine education. Just jotted down 5 bullet points specific to information that over the weekend has administration suite received from questions related to residents and team members, and actually a family member all the way from India. So a couple of really important 5 educational pieces around the vaccine. The first is that Cedarfield is still planning to, with Walgreens' direction, is still planning to administer the Pfizer vaccine. Even though we've had a second vaccine that has been approved by the FDA, Virginia Department of Health has a contract with the CDC for the Pfizer vaccine. So we're still proceeding in the next couple of weeks of rolling out the Pfizer vaccine. Secondly, is that there is a lot of information about, a lot of false information actually, about the type of ingredients that are in the Pfizer vaccine. So that information is now more widely known, and still, even with the facts that are out there directly from Pfizer, there are some there's some noise out there about not believing in that vaccine and the ingredients, and that there might be. I was reading one particular article about other types of ingredients that are actually in there, and so we are going to publish the ingredients that are in this vaccine. We intend to publish the vaccine ingredients here by the middle of the week, so that every resident can see and read what type of ingredients there are, and then therefore you can use that information to consult again with your physician if you have any allergic reactions to any of the ingredients. So again, we will publish middle of the week the ingredients of the Pfizer vaccine. There is no microchips that are in the Pfizer vaccine. That is a myth that is out there. And you cannot get infected with COVID-19 from getting the vaccination. It's not a live or a dead virus that's in the Pfizer vaccine. So you can't get COVID-19 from this particular, for any vaccine that I know of, but particularly from the Pfizer vaccine. And then the last bullet point, speaking of just education, has to do with allergic reactions or severe allergic reactions. When we have Walgreens here on site and we set up what they call as a clinic, there will be an observation area here in the fellowship hall and observation areas in the licensed side of the community, where after a particular person receives the vaccine, then we will all automatically go into an observation area to make sure that there is no allergic reactions. I haven't read this following statistic, but I've been told it by our medical director that 99% of any reaction actually happens within the first 30 minutes of receiving the vaccine. So I'm gonna fact check that, and I'm gonna get data to support that so that we can publish that to the residents when we do publish the ingredients of the Pfizer vaccine. Hence the reason why we need an observation area for 30 minutes after everyone receives the vaccine here at Cedarfield. And so those are some of the facts. My wife received the vaccine on Saturday, and she did not have any allergic reactions to it. So the vaccine works differently depending upon the particular person. So, and again, just as another fact, there's team members that have signed the vaccine administration record. I am one of them. I will be receiving the vaccine when Walgreens comes to Cedarfield. Speaking of Walgreens and the rollout, just want to thank all the residents and the team members and the families who supported the residents and or team members making the decision to fill out that vaccine administration record by Friday. Last Friday, we have a great percentage of vaccine administration record forms across the whole campus, and we are actually required to deliver that number to Walgreens by again a double count by today at 5 o'clock. So we submitted that number on Friday, and they've asked for that number again today, and we're going to submit it by 5 o'clock, which tells me we're one step closer to Walgreens committing to a schedule to come visit Cedarfield and administer the vaccine here shortly. Part of Walgreens has actually started to give us information about the plan itself. They provided us a PowerPoint presentation of the equipment that they need, the space that they're going to need, how they intend to have that space with different pieces of equipment, either that we have on hand or that they're going to bring with them. They have a floor plan already situated, given the size of our fellowship hall and other spaces on the license side. So they are actively thinking about the process of rolling out the vaccine here at Cedarfield, to the degree that they already have floor plans set in motion. So We have that information, and our COVID-19 steering committee is looking at that information and seeing what else we need to do to secure different equipment, which I don't believe there is any. I think we have everything we need on campus in different locations. It's just a matter of pulling it all together and putting it in place. So, and then the last thing about the rollout, which kind of talks a little bit about the education, because there are folks around the world that are have been experiencing reactions to the vaccine, we are looking at providing additional staff here at the community, particularly for the first day after the vaccine is administered, for the first day, and then after the 21st day when they come back for the second shot. We're also looking at that 24-hour period to make sure that we have a couple more staff on standby in the event that there are residents that are experiencing a high number of residents that might be experiencing some type of reaction or think that they're experiencing a reaction. So we're working on that plan as well. So that is my update here, 18-minute update. Renee, do we have any questions? How will the vaccine be stored here prior? The question is, how will the vaccine be stored here at Cedarfield? And the answer is, the vaccine will not be stored here at Cedarfield. Walgreens will come with their equipment for storing the vaccine. I have not been given any direction to purchase any type of freezers that are needed to be able to store the vaccine. So I would imagine that Walgreens is coming equipped to bring all of that equipment with them. Another question came in about visitation over Christmas, and we are sticking to our current plan. If any resident wishes to leave Cedarfield and go visit families or loved ones or friends in compliance with the Cedarfield shared values, then feel free to do so. We are limiting visitation to Cedarfield as we've done since Thanksgiving, to kind of get past this Christmas holiday as well. And so visitors are not permitted to Cedarfield in the health center, assisted living, memory support, or independent living until next Monday. We are reevaluating that with Virginia Department of Health next Monday on the 28th, 29th. So, any other questions? Eddie, do you have any questions? No? Renee, do you have any questions? Let me see if my email has any questions. On Wednesday, we will have another live chat at 3 o'clock. More of a COVID-19 live update and operational updates. And our medical director will be here to talk a little bit more about the vaccine. And so, while last Friday we had a very healthy percentage of those vaccine administration records come back, again, thank you to the team members and the residents. We still want to keep providing good education, good data, so that when the vaccines do finally get here from Walgreens, that those folks that consented on that form follow through with actually getting the vaccine on that particular date. So over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see more information, as I just described, via live chat or in your cubby box, your mailbox, that talks about the data and the information around the vaccine. So I hope you all have a great Monday evening. If anybody has any questions related to the content of this live chat, please feel free to call down to the administration suite, and we will answer any and all of your questions as soon as we can. Feel free to call the clinic, Ann Hopper, our RN on the independent living side has the same information as we do. If you are a family member or a resident or a team member on the license side, you can certainly feel free to reach out to your clinical leader and or Connie McGowan, our infection control nurse. They can answer any and all of your questions just as soon as they can as well. So have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk with you soon. Thank you for tuning in.